we instituted that essentially if you ask about dinner, you're the one who gets to choose what we're having, and then you're usually pulled into assistance of making it. Yeah.
Okay, because I genuinely hate the what's for dinner game. But it's a struggle. I have found that for us, it is much easier since doing carnivore.
Yeah.
I feel like, right, sometimes people go, well, don't you get bored? You don't have a lot of, I don't. And I love the simplicity of it. And it's like we eat the same core things. And
I think most people eat the same core things. They just don't even want to
even
admit
if it's not carnivore, right? But it's the same core things.
Yeah.
So for us lately, we've been eating the carnivore diet. Your family's kind of gone back and forth, but I think carnivore would be really big for a lot of the health things you have. So it's one of those things you're like, I would like to get more into this. Doing it with a big family on a budget, because neither of us have massive budgets for our grocery plan. So trying to find things that are cost effective. And so I know, like I shared recently a video on how we've been doing it a week's worth of meals for 14 people for just at about $200. And somebody was like, I don't think that's possible. I'm like, no, literally, I put all the things we ordered for the week in a grocery cart, like one order, and did that. And I share my Walmart order list with you guys. You guys can sign up for our carnivore thing where I'm putting all these resources and things. If you want to do a carnivore challenge, they're all gathered. All of that is linked down in the description. But ways to make it work for a big family. And this is where I actually have a question for you. So our family, I really like staying strictly carnivore because I see so many results with it. Some weight I've been needing to lose. My PCOS is drastically affected by carnivore. Taking things like I take the Primal Queen supplements now. Carnivore was massively impactful for my PCOS. And then since taking Primal Queen, it's only like magnified the results I'm getting, which I'm so thankful for. But for me, like I really feel the difference. So I really like to stay. I don't always do the best job with it, but I feel it when I don't. And I'm like, ooh, self, do better. That's what's affecting you. My husband has some health things and he feels so much better. The kids, well, yes, I want my kids to eat healthy meals. They're not dealing with any sort of health issues specifically that we're trying to treat. So thinking of different ways that we can make carnivore friendly for a big family on a tiny budget. I think of like you. I know going more carnivore would be helpful for you because of some autoimmune things you're dealing with. Your poor husband is allergic to nearly everything. He really is. Corn, sesame, wheat, like he has soy. Yeah, like he has so many allergies that are in everything. I know you guys have a really hard time. And while you have some kids that do have some things that they would like to work on or they have struggles with, it's not like they're like dealing with massive health complications, right? So like you have some.
I have a daughter who has sleeping problems, and we've had sleep studies with her. So there's no like long-term health issues yet. However, they are my children, and genetically they're my children. And I know that one of the things that I have been diagnosed with is genetic, and that absolutely my daughters all have it.
Because you're seeing the same signs in them that you were dealing with. So it's like, ooh.
Yep.
But so I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, what are some ways that we could make this still healthy and carnivore based? But I think a key point when you have a large family or you're really trying to be budget conscious is you can still eat, like say the carnivore way of eating, and that can be your base for you or you and your husband or you and a certain child or whoever might be dealing with something. But you can also make some alterations to allow that budget to stretch a little bit further and still be healthy. Your family, you guys are big rice people. You guys, we got home the other day and you guys had a rice maker in the house. And I was like, what's that? Our family like doesn't eat rice.
Rice is like a main staple in our house.
I know. And so like, I find that so fascinating. Like I know we're weirdos that.
So with my husband not being able to eat
many things,
wheat, he really liked Chinese food. And so he wanted some kind of varieties of food. And so we got a rice maker, and quite often we will eat. So when we lived in California, I would make a protein. Every meal was essentially the same, except the seasonings were different and the vegetables.
Yeah.
But I would make a protein, and then I would make a bunch of the vegetables, and sometimes I would saute some of them, sometimes they would be raw, but we would have bowls of food. So a taco bowl, a taco salad. But my husband could eat it with the rice. My daughter, who doesn't love meat, then just has a taco salad. My other daughter, who doesn't like rice, ends up just having a taco.
Yeah.
Or right. So we would make different combinations. Instead of taco meat, we would just have like lemon pepper chicken or barbecue with all the same kind of things that you could make with it.
But then it could be customizable to each person and what they actually wanted to have. And I think that even having a big family like us too, I mean, we both have 4 children and then mom and dad. So we both are core families of 6. We each have a bonus person in our family, but like we're both those core things. And I love that, where it's like you can create a base. For us, we always have a meat, right? Whether it's, we alternate between chicken and beef. And on some things, you know, my husband will make that just plain with kind of just like generic seasoning. And then kids who want to add hot sauce to it or barbecue sauce to it can do that. Somebody who wants to, I always shred everything up and turn it into a taco of some sort or a taco bowl of some sort, right?
Southern California.
That's, you know, my kind of go-to. And so you're able then to kind of mix it in that. And so I think something rice, okay, it never was something ever that my family ate either. Like we just didn't eat rice. And so I know like people say, oh, well, white rice is just not healthy. There's nothing to it, but there's lots of different types of rice.
Oh, we don't.
Right? Like,
we don't eat white rice.
No. So, but I always said that, like, oh, okay, so rice isn't a healthy food. But then you look at so many cultures around the world where rice is a staple, and they are some of the healthiest people on earth. So for me, again, I was totally ignorant. I'm not saying I know anything of this. I just didn't really come from a family that ate rice. I don't eat much just Asian food in general.